Okay everybody, it's the hangover day. The circle jerk is finished. The workers are collecting all the last bits of fence. The Tories have all gone home to nurse their sore cerebellums after the giant fluffer session, as they all stood around, as they all stood in the audience, stood clapping with their mouths open like baby chicks in a nest, waiting for mummy to come home and squirt that worm into their throats. And Boris delivered. Did you see his speech yesterday? Did you see the speech when he promised to build back better? Did you see when he said it wasn't his responsibility to get society back on track? Well, guess whose it is? It's fucking yours. Right. There's the Midland Hotel. Look at all that beer. All that beer's been drunk. All those bottles in the recycling bins. Where I'm stood was, this was green zone for many days. And now it's hangover day. Oh, let's hold this camera a bit more steady for my loyal, beautiful viewers. Look at this. They actually cleared out the hotel pretty quickly from yesterday to this morning. I went past this morning at about, 11. And there you go. Here's the last bits of the Berlin Wall. In my last video, when I got onto the megaphone briefly, there was a smoke bomb going off behind me. And this is where it happened. And like everything else, you got it live on the Charlie Veitch channel. Here's the front of the Midland Hotel. There's reception, all the big barrier gates. We're over here. And have you got a headache from the hangover? I know I do. Yep. Just another guy walking back amongst the NPCs. Come to the proletariat. Admire the normies. Normal people. Imagine how nice it would be to pick up a newspaper and go, yeah, those are news stories. How nice it would be to watch the television news and go, yeah, no bias. How nice it would be to listen to the government and go, yeah, they're looking out for me. How nice that would feel. Come on then. Do you guys also feel the drums of war against the Chinese Communist Party? Do you feel them and hear them beating a little bit more rhythmically these days? I mean, CNN yesterday, I don't know how it ended up on my newsfeed. I never watched CNN, but we know how these things work. It's about getting the normies, about getting us ready emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, predictive programming. And those of you who are old enough to remember the babies being pulled out of incubator stories against Iraq, Saddam Hussein, Baghdad. Oh, they're spiking babies on spears, like the rape of Nanjing, like the Soviet whatever, you know. Oh, those barbaric Iraqis are killing babies. Turns out it wasn't true. Turns out your kind of urban, metropolitan Baghdad doctors and nurses and soldiers are pretty much exactly like you, with satellite TV and telephones and family issues and addictions to tobacco or caffeine or what have you. What's big in Baghdad? Heroin? Coke? Speed? I don't know. But right now, so CNN was on my news feed saying, oh, look at this. Whistleblowers. Police whistleblowers. Look how bad the Chinese are. And I agree. I know how bad the Chinese Communist Party are. I know what they're doing to the Uyghurs in Western China. Completely different ethnicity. They're not even Chinese. They're Chinese by nationality, but these people are like Turkmen. They're like Eurasian. They're, I don't know, Middle Asian, Caucasian? Asian? Are you a Caucasian? Now, you may not know this, but China is in the red financially. China is finished financially. We are watching the last few days, and it might take a few weeks, few months, last few days of a corporation that keeps up appearances, tells the staff to keep turning up, keep doing the admin, keep working, and then boom, The workers get a text message after lunch saying, sorry, it's all over. We could have told you that, you know, a few weeks ago, but we had to keep the charade going, you know, because we got to get the administrators in. You got to let the machine play out. Now, with the, it's either Evergrande, Evergreen. There's a big property financial company in China that's been hollowed out through bad management, bad investments, and it's massive. It's absolutely massive. It's decimating the Beijing Stock Exchange, and China's a paper tiger right now. It goes rawr, but then you flick some water on it, and it all goes all papier-mâché. It's all messed up. China's military, they've never had any experience of war. The only experience that the Chinese military have, well, their dads, was machine gunning their own people in Tiananmen Square in 1989. The only experience Chinese tank commanders have is stopping for Tank Man with his shopping bags. As he said, like Gandalf, "Thou shalt not pass!" And the tank commander was like, "Geez, do I run him over? They're filming this. Be a bit messy. I'll go round them. I'll go round them." And he stopped the line of tanks. Tank Man. So China's hollowed out, which is why, you know, the last days of disco in the late 70s, early 80s. Good film, that, Last Days of Disco, with Chloe Sevigny. Chloe Sevigny. It's the last days of the Chinese Communist Party, and their hubris around their BSL level 4, biological safety level 4, virus lab in Wuhan. They're like, yeah, look, we're one of the big players now. We might as well be Swiss. We might as well be Japanese. We might as well be, you know, a kind of British installation. Look how good we are, us Chinese communists. We don't need free market or liberal democracy or free speech or laissez-faire, you know, ideologies. No. Authoritarian. And it all messed up. You know, there was concerns. If you look into the reports, 2014, 2015, 2016, news reports in the scientific community saying, don't like what Dr. Bat and all her people are doing with the coronaviruses in the labs, increasing the pathogenicity, making them more infectious so that they could study them. That classic line that Jeff Goldblum says in Jurassic Park. Scientists were so excited to see if they could, they never really stopped to think if they should. And China was like the hubris. We are the champions, my friend. So they just went for it. And next thing you know, they've killed 5 million people worldwide and wiped out economies, turned Australia into a police state. That is probably the saddest thing of all in all this. I navigated the pandemic here very happily, brought it to you guys. Britain still has that kind of guilt, you know, that so many of our grandparents gave their lives for beautiful ideals. And like, so in this country, they feel the state will always err on the side of liberalism and freedom. But the Aussie penal colony, what they're doing to the people. Did you guys see that thing where the government's gonna, what, have I just zoomed in a bit? I don't know what I've done. Anyway, they send you a text message. You have to send a selfie that's geolocated. Say, yep, I'm at home, obeying. I was like, oh my God. I know it was like a scheme, a voluntary thing, but we know how these things start. Social credit system. Are we going to out-Chinese the Chinese Communist Party? Anyway, coming back to the very start. The drums of war are beating more rhythmically. Dum, 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 dum. China is flying into the no-fly zones of Taiwan every day now. They're farting out their little, like, you know, Cold War era jets, leaving horrible contrails in the sky over Taiwan. Sorry, near Taiwan, in the exclusive air zone near Taiwan. Taiwan shitting themselves because in the last days of any big corporation, they do stupid things. And let's not forget, let's just come back to the Stability Party. Hi there, my name's Charles Veitch. I am your political campaigner for the Stability Party. Very quick lesson. The reason why we enjoy so many freedoms is that it's more stable here in the West. The reason why we have a very fair legal system, asterisks, mostly, don't start getting angry in the comment section. The reason why we have all this fairness and liberalism and happiness is because it's more stable. Governments want to stay in power. Military wants to stay in power. Royal family wants to stay royal. Last thing they want is start experimenting with fascism and communism. Oh, people get their heads chopped off. So we're living in the stability party, but China isn't. China is authoritarian, fascist authoritarianism masquerading as communism. They control how many kids they can have until very recently. They harvest organs from whoever they put in jail. They just shoot, you know, oh, my second cousin once removed my best friend's horse's vet's girlfriend needs a new kidney. You just phone up. They, oh, yeah, we'll shoot some guys in the Beijing prison. We'll sort that out for you. They're an unelected authoritarian. They came to power by killing 60 million peasants in the Great Leap Forward. Mao Zedong. And they still have his face over Tiananmen Square. The balls, man. So, we all know throughout history what happens to these unelected, fascist, authoritarian regimes. It's unstable. It's all falling apart, like Chinese buildings. Chinese construction development, all falling apart. Chinese economy, all falling apart. Investment in China, all fell apart after COVID. The private lawsuits against the Chinese Communist Party are mounting up. They're all being built. You know, you don't kill 5 million people and get away with it. So, thank you very much for watching this rant. It's now 6 minutes to 3, according to the watchtower, the clock tower. So, school run. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.